Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, Queensland Maroons have a coaching change. Huddersfield veterans extend their contracts. Wigan Warriors in financial court claims. And London Broncos announce plans for 2022. So some news coming out of the Origin series fallout for Queensland Rugby League, as Paul Green has decided to step down from his position as the head coach of the Queensland Maroons. And now Queensland have begun the search for their third coach in 2 years. The former North Queensland Cowboys boss was appointed as Wayne Bennett's successor ahead of the 2021 season, but could not prevent New South Wales retaining their State of Origin title. Green said it was in the best interest of both parties for him to move on, and given he was likely to seek a return to head coaching role in NRL's and Queensland's stated desire to make a long-term appointment to provide greater stability. In a statement, Green said, after much consideration and discussion with the post the Origin series, both the QRL and I have decided to move in different directions. The basis of this is quite simple. The QRL wanted to ensure that they have a certainty around the Origin coach, not wanting to pursue an NRL head coach job, and whilst I could give them that certainty for the 2021 series, I couldn't guarantee that this will be the case in the future. We all understand the dynamics and the volatility around NRL club head coach roles, and ultimately this is where I see myself when the right opportunity opens up. I agree with the QRL's desire for stability for the Origin coach, and to that end I felt compelled to be transparent with my broader plans, and thus this decision. I have loved every minute of the job, as it's every Queenslander's dream to coach this side. Whilst we didn't win the 2021 series, I feel that the future is very bright and the Queensland team, for the Queensland team, and I wish them and the new coach for the very best for 2022 and beyond. Queensland Rugby League chair Bruce Hatcher said that he understands Paul's ambition in returning to an NRL coaching position at some time, and they wish him the success for the future. Hatcher said the board-appointed committee continue to work through the process of appointing a Maroons coach. I don't know why these coaching roles don't have the incentive of becoming the head coach of Australia. It's something that should be looked at for the future. But they like Mal Meninga, who's been successful and is famous and is a World Cup winning coach. So of course they're not going to change that. But there's no incentive past coaching the Maroons because they're coaching a state. And yes, they have the Origin series winning coach on their CV. But if it's in the world's eyes at the moment, it's more of a case of the NRL is more important than the Origin. And the finances seem to determine that as well. Don't get me wrong, the financial gains for each state for Rugby League in the Origin series is massive. I do presume though that they're much bigger per club. So in other news, Leroy Cudjoe has joined fellow Huddersfield Giants stalwart Michael Lawrence in extending his contract. The 33-year-old former England centre, who's made his first team bow in 2008 and earlier this year played his 300th game for his hometown club, will continue his career in 2022. Huddersfield's born Jamaican international and club captain Lauren, whose debut was in 2007 and who also topped 300 games, previously agreed a 2-year extension. Joe, who has made a comeback after struggling with knee problems for 2 seasons, said, "Having been here from 16 since I was 16, the club means a lot to me. I'm really enjoying my rugby after missing a lot of time when I was injured, which made me appreciate what I've got here. The squad excites me, and there's a real good vibe around the place, with a lot of younger players stepping up. I'm sure we will add a lot more quality and experience for the next year, and it's an exciting time to be involved." Giants coach Ian Watson said, "There aren't many players who will come back from an injury as serious as Leroy has and be as good as they left. He's still at a level, and he's been improving as the games have gone on, and he is the kind of senior player to be around our younger talent." So with these two signing on, and also having Jermaine McGilvray in the ranks, it bodes well for good shooters for players like Sam Woods, Oliver Russell, even Will Price to get better, as these two guys are seasoned pros and have been in the Super League for years. Both McGilvray and Cudjoe being England internationals and going to the World Cup, things like that. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna say in the next couple of years, if they can keep the squad together, everyone stay fit, and Ian Watson's ideas will progress as well as he expects them to, then Huddersfield could be one of the forces going forward. Well, you'll never know. Let's see. Can't wait for 2022. So as you may know, a club AGM occurred in Wigan's Rugby League's DW Stadium in regards to the current state and how things are going with the club. And there have been some interesting developments that keeps dripping out from news sources. And talking with former Wigan player and also Rugby General Manager Chris Radlinski, he was talking about how sponsors have been affected by a pandemic and they have been unable to pay Wigan Warriors. And this may cause Wigan Warriors to look into getting legal action started against those people who have not been able to pay on the clubs. Yes, they have the sympathy, but they have to exist as well. They have to do the legal route. During the AGM, Chris Radlinski said, "We are trying to paint a rosy picture to attract new sponsors. A new investment into the sport. We're in a situation where a couple of sponsors, due to COVID impacts on their businesses as well, who have failed to pay their last instalments," Radlinski said. "We're down the road with legal action with a couple of them, but it's just another issue which we're dealing with. I made a comment to Ian the other day that obviously the team wasn't playing well and that the team was losing. But that is not actually in our top 5 problems at the minute. When you consider the things that we have to navigate through from a business operations point of view and a financial point of view. Again, full transparency, it's a challenging time for us, but they're the facts. Yes, all the clubs are going through a bit of a squeeze at the moment, and there's still uncertainty about how the new TV deal monies is being distributed. Only a few months away from the end of the season. Not even a few months, it's just over a month. So, of course, we're going to have to, like other clubs, are going to have to chase up the monies that are owed to them. And if that's going to affect them in the long run when it comes to sponsors, that might be the tipping point for them now are they going to have to look at? Just don't know. But with the tight squeeze and realignment talks still ongoing, don't know what's going to happen. Your guess is as good as mine. Speaking of those financial implications, Championship side London Broncos will move to a part-time setup for the 2022 season onwards as they prepare for the reduced central funding distribution. Broncos had been running as a full-time operation despite relegation from the Super League in 2019. The club parted with coach Danny Ward this season as hopes of top-flight return did not materialise. Super League's reduced television deal has meant a smaller drip-down sum of money for the lower divisions to share between them, and from what had previously been total of a roughly £40 million dividend between the Super League clubs, and then a chunk filtered down. From 2022, it's believed the fee is closer to 25 to 30 million. From that, Super League interim chairman Ken Davey said about 5 million will be handed to the Rugby Football League, who will filter the funds through the Championship and League One clubs. In a statement, the Broncos said, financially the club will be receiving a vastly reduced central distribution funding in 2022, and we have had to make the offset this reduction, which has led to a decision that has been taken by the club. The London Broncos will increase the level of financial inputs into a highly successful academy and scholarship programs, as well as work with the community game in South East and London to continue to develop professional rugby league players, as we take the opportunity to restructure the club ahead of our planned move to Plough Lane in 2022. Off the field, a huge amount of work is being undertaken in several areas to ensure that rugby league in London continues to thrive and that the Broncos are able to return stronger for a promotion push in seasons to come, with the squad littered with homegrown players and a solid supporter base in our new home. The move to Plough Lane might be the godsend that London Broncos may have, as they'll be sharing with Wimbledon Football Club, and joint ventures may help grow the actual fan base for both clubs. And you never know, with the commercial availability that Plough Lane has with their corporates and two-tier corporates event places for games and everything like that, may bring in much needed cash flow to stem the shortfall in central funding for years to come. So that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. I need your support. I'm very thankful for everyone that we've got, but let's grow this channel. I know it's a bit shellfish by me, but I'm hoping to get the word out for Rugby League. I'll keep repeating this message till we get the word out to the millions. Not the tens of thousands, not the thousands, not the hundreds of thousands, to the millions. How our sport survive. Now, click, like, subscribe, get the notifications on, and when you're watching it, share it with 3 people you know. Ask them to share it on. More people that we get watching these stories and finding out more information about rugby league, more interest is out there. Anyway, stay safe, all the best, and I'll see you in the next video.